So I got the hat on backwards because, I figured I needed to change it up a little bit. I look a little bit different. And this is the only time I have time to sit down and like plan all these videos out and stuff. So I'm going ahead and doing it. But this is a film that I actually just watched last night. I'm I don't know many people that's seen this, and I'm kind of surprised that I don't even know how this video will even do. Like, I know I'm not like my videos aren't like crazy or anything. I do have my moments, I have some videos that kind of get a couple of views, couple thousand. So, but I don't know. Like, it's so hard for me to talk about this film in particular because I'm warning you, I really don't recommend it. Um, it's weird. The film I'm talking about is Diamonds of the Night, and I guess I can actually kind of go ahead and get into a little bit of a story because this film reminded me of a lot of things. So this film is only like 67 minutes long. It's very short. If you guys don't know, like I wouldn't really technically consider it my first feature. I've kind of not necessarily disowned it, but it just I don't know. It was definitely like a learning experience and stuff. But the Sunset Meet that I did, and we had a premiere for that and stuff, and it went over well. The premiere went well, but this film reminds me a lot of the Sunset Meet. I'm not really going to talk about the Sunset Meet at all, but just know that it was kind of structured like this film. And this film is very experimental as well. Like it's very experimental. But this I can't really say I recommend this film. I can't really say that I don't recommend it, because it's a good film. When you think about it. But one of the hardest things with the Sunset Meet was when I would sit down and watch it, I had no idea what anybody else was experiencing, and I think that might go with anybody when they're showing off their sort of like creative stuff and all that. But like whenever I was in the theater, I was wondering what people were thinking of the film. I was wondering what people thought of the story and what was going on. And that's kind of how I felt with this film because it reminded me a lot of the Sunset Meet. Something that I had done. And I'm not gonna lie, while I was watching it, I wasn't really like too invested, but at the same time, not invested. I was invested in the story, but it just wasn't what I expected, like, and I had a hard time getting my expectations, on track because, as soon as the film would, continue on, 20 minutes later, the film was at a completely different spot, and I had no idea what was going on half the time. Um, but I was intrigued, and it kind of like, it was very, just, it was interesting for me to feel that because, it like it makes me wonder if that's how some people felt in the theater watching the Sunset Meet, which if it is, that's cool kind of because I'd never felt this way watching a movie before. And it's just like, and I don't want to say that I don't recommend this film because it's bad, because that's the complete opposite. I don't really know if I would recommend this film to anybody because I just don't really know how many people would be interested in the story. Because I've said this before, like I don't believe there's any such thing as a bad film. I don't. Because just because somebody else doesn't like it doesn't mean somebody else, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Paranormal Activity 3, people might hate that film. Everybody could hate it, and Johnny over here could love it. I mean, does that still technically mean it's a bad film? Because Johnny likes it. And that's kind of how I've always sort of viewed films. And that's kind of how this film is where it's not bad. Like, I mean, there's obviously an artistic vision in this, and it's, it's good and it was engaging. But I just couldn't really see many people, walking out of this being satisfied. Uh, and I do feel like you've got to have a certain love for film to appreciate this film in itself, because I even struggled at time, and I love films. I mean, I watch everything, and I even struggled with this. So, Diamonds of the Night, if you don't know what it's about, I want to read the back of it because I don't think I'm going to do it justice just saying it's about two, people on the run, in the Holocaust, or, like World War II, Um, but let's see here. Adapted from the novel by Arnas Lustig. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. Diamonds of the Night closely tracks two boys who escape from a concentration camp transport to flee into the surrounding woods, hostile terrain where the brute realities of survivals coexist with dreams, memories, and fragments of visual poetry, along with visual camera work by, can't even pronounce that, I'm not going to bother doing that. Let's see. It's got an inventive use of fractured editing, elliptical storytelling, and flights of surrealism as he strips context away from the bare bones tale, evoking the panic delirium of consciousness lost in night and fog. You see what I mean? It's definitely it's different. It is. It's 100% different. And it's just wow. You know, I as much as I hate to say it, look, check this out at your own, you know, your own interest. If you want, if this is something you want to watch and you're intrigued after watching this, by all means check it out. I got this for $15 at the Criterion sale, so I'm kind of glad that's what I paid for it because you know, like I said, I wasn't disappointed. I didn't really have any expectations to begin with. But it is really just one of those films that it's going to be hard for me to go back to, and it's going to be hard for me to, you know, recommend it. Although it was an experience in itself. But yeah, that's Diamonds of the Night. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. I hope you guys are being safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time.